G'day guys, how we going? It's Alec here from Oz Fury Gaming. So this week, we're talking about guns because guns are going to become important parts of the game, and they're being shown off how it works. So start off with, they were showing us some concept art this week, guys, showing how they build the gun, the pipeline for the gun, the stats and the roles, and why it's important to have this gun. And it was really cool to see that. They're also too showing off the grey boxing of it, so how they build it all, different parts and componentry for the riggers, and also to where they actually start to crisp it up and make it nice and beautiful. So that was cool to see, as you see the clip coming out here. And they went on to show too how the different modules work. So when you put on the scope, like what this bloke's got here on his screen, seeing how there's an ACOG scope sitting above. Also went to show how the animations work. So the first and third person animations are the same thing, regardless of what view you're in and everything. They went on to show the animation work for the actual gun itself, how firing works and how that fits together. Went on to show detailing and how they make the gun look as pretty as they do. Showing here with the lighting map how they can get the detail and the edging to work, so it's not just a bland piece of material, but it's actually nice and crisp. Here they're showing off wear marks for your guns. So same thing's going to happen with ships. Basically, they want to implement so as you have a gun, it gets worn more and more and more, depending on how long you've had it for and how much you use it. So that's going to be really cool to see. Also here they're showing off the flashing, the muzzle flashing of your gun. Next thing here, guys, is they're showing off the different bullet displays. So you've got stone and metal. So the stone's letting off a bit of dust there, and the metal's letting off those metal sparks, which is beautiful to see. Next thing here, guys, is we're going to be showing off a bit of happy hour. Just stick along with it. The guys actually give off some melee talk and some beautiful descriptions on how the game's meant to be coming together with guns.
Man, you just got full paint. Oh wait.
Oh,
Here we go. All right.
well.
So what was the question?
Beard.
What do you want to know?
They want to know
I will
about his
save
beard.
them.
But I want to know about this first, actually, because
Man with the gun goes first.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so
Nobody can see him, though.
melee animations, things, it's just, some of this is typical sort of things that you would expect to see, where you're going to attempt to come across and, say, punch somebody in the face. If we would have some sort of sharp object on the end of this, you might stab them as well, coming in with a butt strike to the face, something like that. One of the things that we're really excited about is, Sean,
Yes, sir.
would you come with
Oh,
me?
absolutely, I would.
And just look at the camera there.
Okay.
Is stealth kills. So we have various things where we're going to come up behind a guy and we're going to grab him and stab him and drop him. We've got one with, you don't want to do the front one, do you? We actually have one where a character hauls off between another character. We've got left side ones
This is awful.
where a character will come in, like, it's built into quadrants. So you have a rear, a left side, a right side, and a front. So things like on the front side coming in and, again, here, through the back. I think for the front, we also have just a straight on, you're here, and it's just like that.
Okay,
Things
I'm
like
gonna sit
that.
back down. I feel abused. Oh,
So
well, that was exciting.
short-term sort of things that we're working on right now, for instance, the shouldered weapon, really getting the railgun to feel like it's a ship downing weapon. You should be able to just pull this thing out and fire it and just feel like you have just let loose all hell.
That's gonna be super important once we have the planets in there, because you can see it right now. People firing at ships as they attack.
Yeah, so we're working on that from an effects side, from an animation side, from a code standpoint. It's about feel, right? Getting everything to feel correct.
We're getting into trouble. Let's move on.
With regards to melee and hand-to-hand, will there be counters?
There are currently design discussions on full hand-to-hand combat. So a couple months ago, I did some just rough blockouts for punching, blocking, and things like that. Counters. These are all the quick answer to this is probably. There are design docs floating around for things like this. We have talked about things like what happens when you get into a bar fight or something like that. The piece of technology that actually creates the stealth kill result would be in part some of that same technology that creates a counter. So if you're just going to do a block, you don't really need anything from the other character, right? Your hand's just going to go up and you're going to block or something like that. But if you're going to counter, like you're going to do, he's going to come barreling down on top of you with something, and you're going to go into like a, I don't know, like a Shomenuchi Rinyanage or something like that.
What?
You need the two characters to be in sync, and that in sync connection then is the same piece of technology that would be a takedown.
Yeah, and maybe to manage expectations here a tiny bit too. Like, we're not talking Dishonored level, type melee combat, and we're not talking, a For Honor or anything quite as involved, right? This isn't the core of the game. We hope to have pieces of that, of course. I can't even say where it's supposed to happen, but just to maybe manage the expectation there a tiny bit. We're not making Dishonored is the thing. So
a lot of the further down the line melee system stuff is scheduled for later on this year. Sure.
Alright guys, so there's a bit of hype there talking about the railgun. I've got some photos of that coming up after this short vid. But also too, they were talking about some beautiful melee stuff, stealth kills, counter stealth, all that sort of stuff. And obviously, they're not saying it's going to be, like they said, For Honor or Dishonored style, but it's going to be, some pretty cool stuff coming. So this course is just basically a first-person shooter course, so showing the prone, the crouch, all that sort of stuff, and the walking, and then they go off to show the gun range, and they're trying to show a bit of other business happening, but I'll leave it to you guys. There's no audio here because they forgot they had to do this bit, so I'll jump out here and you get to have a listen to them.
Yep.
Mulligan.
We forgot we had something.
Yeah, so what you're looking at here, guys, is this is the FPS feature test level, and what you can see here is a tremendous amount of bugs and random nonsense that's happening. That little by little we're working the kinks out of. But what this is doing is the whole goal of this is that I'm able to start off at the beginning of the level and run through everything till we get to the end, where it's smooth. You can see there's a counter on the left-hand side that's telling me how long it takes for me to get there. I'm able to run through a lot of the features, the vault, the mantle, cover, for instance, and things like this. And it's a very quick way for me to sort of get the status of the FPS overall. This particular area,
that's cool.
This particular area here is lava. So this lets us know, like, this is the thinnest object in the game, basically, that the distance-wise that you should be able to traverse on. Here I did it really well. Often I fall into the lava because I'm a bit of a putz. You can see here, we're able to kick out, just like you guys, we're able to kick out the third person and review the animations. The lighting on this level has is a issue we're working on, a work in progress that's going to be updated.
Yeah, but it's not like the players ever see it, so
yeah.
As long as it looks, as long as you can see yourself, I guess.
Here's the weapon arsenal. So being able to test fire on this. We also have ranges. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and I don't know if you could see this one, you'll see it eventually, but that tiny little green square there, that's 100. Yes, that's me pegging things at 100.
Yeah, but if you ever went to the range with Steve for reals, well.
Yeah, I can't hit the broadside of a barn from 2 feet. But, oh, you can see here, you notice this is bugs and all. So, you know, we do.
So there we have it, guys. Good bit of information there. Notice too, this was the gun rack they had there for the reel. And also too, I want to talk about the railgun that we're sort of touching on. So this is some concept art that they've actually released to show us what they're working on, seeing how it's going to be the handheld massive gun. There's some more concept art there for it. But I feel like, yeah, there's going to be some cool weapons and stuff coming for us to play with. Like they've got the double barrel shotgun coming in that's being apparently all finished, and a lot of other firearms. And also too, there's that new array of ship guns coming in. So the Knightsbridge arms. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll try to keep it short and informative, and hope to catch you guys in the verse. Toodaloo.